Hey there, dudes. We've got some pretty exciting news that we've been sharing with the White Shutter crowd, but wanted to let every living thing in the entire galactic universe know what we're up to. This September, White Shutter is going to be competing at the Great American Beer Festival in Denver, Colorado, in the American Light Lager Beer category, with Ol Thiel Light coming in hot. We're going to be competing against none other than the very cheap, the very light, the very beautifully colored, flavorless beers that all of us small-town kids, all the way from Grable, Wyoming, to Upper Sandusky, Ohio, cut our teeth on. We're very honored, and we're very proud to be a tiny craft brewery here in Podunk, Ohio, that's able to compete at the same level as my childhood heroes, the ginormous craft brewers such as Anheuser-Busch, Miller Coors, and my personal favorite, Pabst, have all been in. I'm tired of explaining why I want to go straight to a huge beer fest rather than to a local statewide one, so I thought it would just be easier to show you dudes a personal experience that I had last year that made me want to give Ol Thiel Light a voice of its own. A voice that speaks of an awesome beer that your old granddad, your old man, and your old lady can all enjoy. A voice that proudly can call this beer the nectar of the gods. And a voice for a beer that's not only afraid to tell anyone that says that American Light Lager isn't a craft beer, F you, man. You're crazy. So here's the story, dude. Hey, how's it going, dude? Okay, I guess. What are you parched for today, man? Beer, wine, or slushies? Beer. I own a craft brewery that sells other people's craft beer. Oh, nice, man. So you two are an esteemed gentleman, such as myself, that enjoys the fine taste of alcohol. Okay, man, what kind of saps you like? Saps? Yeah, man, saps. Like a sarsaparilla. That's just a term we use around here. Right. Give me something that tastes like a Munich-style Hells. Those are my favorite. Or maybe a Doppelbock or Dortmunder. I also like Belgian-style doubles or quadruples, German-style Dunkensweisens, or Swedish-style Goldrenzetzkes. Dude, I'm not quite sure if that was a German, Spanish, or some other type of Mediterranean language that you just spoke to me, but how about you try an Ol Thiel Light? Or some call it OTL, Ol Thiel, Nectar of Gods. That beer my old granddad, old man, and old lady all enjoy. White Yummy. Get it, dude? White Shutter Winery. White Yummy. Ol Thiel Yummy. And my personal favorite, Ol Thiel Wacky. Nectar of Gods? This ought to be pretty good to tote around with a nickname like that. What kind of beer is it? It's a lager, man. Just like Old Mill or Coors Light. A lager? A lager isn't a craft beer. Not a craft beer? Oh, Jesus. Seriously, man? American lager beer is garbage. Garbage, dude? Alright, well, not only do we personally plant all the barley on our farm, dude, we harvest it, bale it. Someday soon, man, I'm gonna be malting it myself, which, as a craft beer drinker, I'm sure you know what malting is. Never heard of such a thing. Well, so then I brew it on a brew setup that I designed for a so-called craft brewer setup, and my buddies and I built it together. Rather, they built it, I just drank beer and held parts every once in a while. But so not only is that more craft than any other craft brewers that you sell, I'm raising, malting, and brewing all of the ingredients. The ingredients, man, are just about as native grown as it comes, man. That sounds sort of crafty to me. Crafty? Yeah, man. I call that native. Dude, so the giant brewers, in my opinion, are still crafty as fuck. The bigger they get, the brewers have to figure out how to scale up or down with equipment, labor, and time, all to make a buck at the end of the day, as well as try to make it taste the exact same. Just like the first time you remember drinking 11 Budweisers and throwing up on your buddy's floor, or your buddies, if it was my case. And if you're anything like I am, dude, you cut your teeth on those cheap, flavorless beers that you wanted to drink 20 of in one sitting, or you didn't have the expensive taste and funds to buy that brew, which in my case was a damn case of Coors Light. We'd still drink the mountains, man, but the cheaper, smaller, more watered-down, glorious version of the heavenly mountains of Keystone Light. Dude, this isn't going to taste just like those other beers, dude. This has our barley, which gives it a sweetness, hence the term nectar of gods, our corn and hops in it. I make it taste like nothing because we can't grow rice in Upper Sandusky, Ohio. And quite frankly, I want it to taste like something in my beer, man, you know? Look, anything more so than nothing, but that anything I want it to taste like has to be undescribable, man, like nothing, but it has to be like something. You understand what I'm trying to say, man? Dude, I've worked in depth on this beer more than any other beer that I put out, and I put a lot of research into. Research from learning why our American-grown mega brewers started using less ingredients, like rice and corn, during the World War, because of expense and rationing, just for the greater good of everyone in our country, and all the way to trying to sell non-alcoholic beer, just trying to survive during Prohibition. Dude, Miller Lite and all the other giants, man, are awesome American-grown beers. And to pay homage to them, I've created something that I believe is just as American, just as native, and quite honestly, man, more enjoyable than them. Because I drink them all the time. So someday, I'm going to take it to Denver, Colorado, to have an insanely drunken, insanely mind-blowing gentleman's competition with them. Holy... What do you taste, man? It's undescribable. It reminds me of how I used to feel when we climbed my rope in gym class. How I felt the day after my old lady dumped me, and I bought a 30-pack of Oatmeal Light and listened to Hank Williams Jr. all night long. It reminds me of deer hunting with my buddies, and not caring if you shoot a deer, let alone see one, but just being grateful that you can drink another beer and create the magic of memories. It reminds me of camping in the mountains and waking up to an almost frozen beer, and drinking it and thinking that there's literally nothing better than an almost frozen beer at 6 in the morning. It reminds me of the continual pursuit of something greater than myself. The pursuit that can take you so close to the edge that the fear of falling no longer exists. The constant hunt for sanity in a place so vast and lonely that the average soul won't dare even to explore. And, to be 69% honest with you, man, for some reason I think if John Wayne had a flavor, it would taste exactly like this. Yeah, man. Clint Eastwood drinks PBRs in that one movie, but John Wayne, dude, he would drink OTLs, for sure, in all of his movies. Actually, every single one of them. Holy sh**. It's still smooth, and unlike the big commercial lagers, when it gets warm and loses some carbonation, it's still not only palatable, it may even be better than when it's as cold as the mountains. And the most mind-boggling thing is that when it has flavor, but the flavor, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, man, nothing ever does, man. This beer reminds me of making love on the banks of the Sandusky River. It's pretty close to water. Yeah, oh shit. That's a good one, man. Yeah, it is, get it? Man, that literally just took me back to a crazy memory I had with the old lady back in the day. This is solid, my friend. I know, man. I know, because the cheap beer drinkers of Wyandotte County, my cheap beer drinking buddies, and anyone that's ever come out to White Shutter and tried it has helped me create this magical time machine. These light, flavorless beer drinkers have been giving me their honest feedback and helping me get close to the beers that they love, and I'm still going to tweak it from time to time till I deem that Ol Thiel Light's complete. And this beer, man, is the most important and greatest thing that I've ever put in my body, and there's been some pretty magical, crazy things that I've put in there throughout the years. It's important to me, dude, because it not only represents me, it represents anyone that's ever drank an American lager with me. A magical time machine? Dude, if you drank 15 of these right now, you would understand. You got a case of this that I can take fishing with me today? Not yet, man. Not yet. So now begins our journey. Our journey to help make Upper Sandusky, Ohio, known for something other than that place that had a building and some locals in a short scene for 2 minutes in the outstanding movie, The Shawshank Redemption. Which was awesome. It's just funny. Our journey to say that all beer is created equal, with love and for the better good of mankind. To say, hey man, don't be a douchebag about drinking a good old-fashioned American light lager, no matter what it is, because there's about 100% chance that you cut your own teeth on these beautifully crafted beers in your early years. Our journey to say that Budweiser, Coors, and Pabst are just as crafty as White Shutter or any other craft brewery. And finally, our journey to say that my beer was voted at one point in time better than yours. Here at White Shutter, man, we love you and thank you guys for your support and laughs. It means a lot to us. Thanks for keeping our shit full. I mean, shutters. And Now I'm gonna make you sway to the left and to the right until the early morning light. If you drink 15 of me, my name's Ol Thiel.